Good morning. Welcome. I'm Marge, a Unity in Lynnwood prayer chaplain, and I'm happy to welcome all of you this morning for our time of silent meditation. Whether you're here in our chancel or in our virtual community online, welcome. It's a sacred gift to share the powerful frequency of meditation together. So I invite you to settle comfortably in your chair or couch or wherever you're sitting. Allow your body to relax. Let your face relax, your shoulders relax. Close your outer eyes. Just let go of cares or concerns on your mind, of the busyness and planning of the day and the week to come, of any responsibilities that weigh heavily. Set all this aside and take a deep, slow breath and let it out with a sigh. Drop down into your heart and slow your breathing. Feel the energy and soothing presence that is here. Let Spirit speak through your heart as you enter the silence. I invite you to slowly bring your attention back to this time and this place, gently opening your outer eyes and becoming fully present. And just take a deep breath and just become centered in the physical world. Please join me as we bless the many people who contribute to this special time together. And we bless the beautiful surroundings that create our spiritual home. Blessings for the week to come to everyone here in our chancel and to those of you in our virtual congregation. And so it is.
get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost and won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, right here to a new beginning. Here and I'm seeing things so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. Diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
Good morning, Unity in Lynnwood. In honor of Indigenous Peoples Day, which is tomorrow, October 9th, I want to open with a lovely prayer from Chief Seattle. Great Spirit of light, come to me out of the east with the power of the rising sun. Let there be light in my words. Let there be light on my path. Let me remember always that you give the gift of a new day, and never let me be burdened with sorrow by not starting over again. Great Spirit of love, come to me with the power of the north. Make me courageous when the cold wind falls upon me. Give me strength and endurance for everything that is harsh, everything that hurts, everything that makes me squint. Let me move through life, ready to take what comes. Great life-giving Spirit, I face the west, the direction of sundown. Let me remember every day that the moment will come when my sun will go down. Never let me forget that I must fade into you. Give me a beautiful color. Give me a great sky for setting, so that when it is my time to meet you, I can come with glory. Great Spirit of creation, send me the warmth and soothing winds from the south. Comfort me and caress me when I am tired and cold. Unfold me like the gentle breezes that unfold the leaves on the trees. As you give to all the earth your warmth, moving wind, give to me so that I may grow close to you in warmth. And so it is.
'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper. source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Will you please help me welcome the young people? Come on in.
Good morning. For those who don't know me, my name is Grace Colger. I am the Unikid/Uniteen teacher here at Unity in Lynnwood. Today is Youth Sunday. As you may see, we are missing some youth, but they are having tons of fun at retreat, which was planned by our very own Zeno. Woohoo. We do have some upcoming events I'd like to share. Uniteens, which is our middle school group, has a retreat of their own in November at Camp Sispus in Randall, Washington. We also have our upcoming Halloween celebration on Sunday, October 29th, right here at Unity in Lynnwood. If you would like more information on either of those events, you can find me after service or email Stacy. All the donations for today's hospitality will help fund these events and many more to come. Thank you in advance for your generous donations. Happy Sunday. Now, if you would rise as you are able, and please join me in blessing our youth. You are the light of love in this world. You are the light of kindness in this world. Let it shine so bright. Thank you.
Please take a moment and stand and greet each other. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time.
Thank you. I want to give a special thanks right now to our guest musician, Becca Palm. Thank you for being with us, Becca. And thank you to Scotty and Jonesy, always a lot of glue that keeps us all nicely woven together. Well, good morning to everyone that's here. And of course, when I say here, I don't just mean within these walls anymore. I mean here, because some of us are across the globe even. We're a hybrid community, and that's pretty exciting. The very reason Unity in Lynnwood exists is to offer a place of warmth and welcome to all interested people, and offer, of course, a few practical tools for living life. Our welcome includes openness to the variety and the diversity of those who come. We don't discriminate. We're an open, affirming, inclusive community. You will hear our belief not in dogma or creed, but in the inherent worth of everyone, every person. You'll hear about the value of looking for that goodness in others and then fanning the flames when you see it. And you'll find lots of opportunities to practice and giving and receiving that goodness while we all get better at loving one another and ourselves, of course, at the same time. We don't expect perfection. That's not the human design. And so forgiveness is given freely and always the opportunity to begin again. We celebrate each day as a new beginning. Because tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples Day, I want to share about Unity in Lynnwood's Indigenous Heritage Committee that launched earlier this year. And first, let me clarify, what is Indigenous Peoples Day? Because it's relatively new. It really is a counterbalance to Columbus Day that had us falsely celebrating for many, many years the idea that there was no civilization on this continent prior to Christopher Columbus sailing in 1492. We now know that is completely false, and Indigenous Peoples Day is now scheduled by presidential decree only a couple of years ago in 21 to set aside the second Monday of October in honor of the people that were here first. The inspiration for our Indigenous Heritage Committee, I'm going to have to say it too many times and it doesn't quite roll off the tongue and I can't come up with the cute little short version. The purpose was to talk about how to honor the Native people of the beautiful land Unity in Lynnwood sits on in particular, and their culture and spiritual practice. We found a lot of commonality between Native American spiritual beliefs and unity principles. Here are some. The very idea of oneness and interconnectedness, the reverence for all life in its diverse forms, an ongoing practice of gratitude, the mind-body-spirit connection for healing and well-being, the importance of nurturing children, a prosperity consciousness, the power of the spoken word, and of course, the sacredness of nature. And I'm not sure that's an all-inclusive list. The committee is offering activities in order to build a little greater cultural fluency for all of us. And I have to share that I came from kind of an embarrassed ignorance to sincere curiosity and then genuine gratitude as I began to deepen my own understanding. The mission of the Indigenous Heritage Committee is to educate our UIL community about Indigenous culture and spirituality, acknowledge the alignment between Indigenous and Unity teachings, and reconnect with the sacredness of nature. I found a couple of suggestions online for ways to engage with the spirit of Indigenous Peoples Day, beyond simply respect for the environment, which seems quite obvious. One is to visit a museum. So I want to say, stay tuned. We will be soon announcing, probably next week, a field trip that we're planning for October 5th to our local Hebulb Cultural Center, which is an amazing museum. I mean November 5th. Thank you. You're listening. Very good. And helping. That's wonderful. Another idea is to read something by or listen to an Indigenous author or speaker. And if you have interest, please come by and see me back at the Welcome and Information Station. I have flyers for a webinar happening this week by a well-known Indigenous teacher, and I have several lovely book resources that I would be excited to share with you. And I even have a sample now of our medicine wheel that we created during our recent class. So come see me. I hope all of you are able to stay after service today and join us for coffee, tea, refreshment across the hall in the Friendship Hall. And this quote that came from the Daily Word today seemed just relevant. The presence of God unites us as we work, play, and pray together. So thank you again to Becca Palm. I will turn it over to Becca.
Of the Spirit, boldly moving forward, and everywhere I go, I'm free to live, to know life is always for me. There's nothing and no one against me, complete and whole. Sometimes my mind gets so burdened from mistakes I've made before that I can't see to forgive myself, so I can't just start over. Sometimes I want to hear and I'm sorry, so that I can feel complete. Instead I see the divine in me, as well as everyone I meet. I'm free to live in the fullness of the Spirit. I'm boldly moving forward, and everywhere I go, I'm free to live, to know life is always for me. Nothing and no one against me, complete and whole. I know my life is a mirror, and it reflects my thoughts to me. So I release all those false beliefs until I can clearly see that I am love, yeah, I am kindness. It's the only way to live, and I don't need to forgive anymore. There's really nothing to forgive. Oh, I'm free to live in the fullness of the Spirit. I'm boldly moving forward, and everywhere I go, I'm free to live, to know life is always for me. Nothing and no one against me, complete and whole. There's nothing and no one against me, complete and whole.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Scotty Jonesy. Oh my gosh, what a great way to start Sunday. Let me move some furniture. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will. How fortunate we are to know friends of Matthew. Thank you. And thank you, Linda, for those beautiful words this morning in the spirit of Indigenous Heritage Day. By the way, I am not Dr. Richard. He and Matthew are representing Unity in Lynnwood at the regional conference in Oregon this weekend. So you got me. Who knows what's going to happen this morning? Why, thank you for the warm welcome. I am Elizabeth Nachman, and good morning again to all of you here in the physical sanctuary, as well as in the virtual world. Wherever you are in your home or your universe, we welcome you. I will be taking you on a little metaphysical journey today without the use of illicit substances, unless you consider coffee an illicit substance, which in the Pacific Northwest is our lifeblood, as you know. Just open a vein and I pour out flat white oat milk, so don't check. That I get to do this with you on this spectacularly beautiful fall Sunday is really a dream come true. I absolutely love that I have the opportunity to be with all of you, share some love and laughter, and maybe a little uplift along the way. Maybe a little joke, I don't know. But before we go any further, I want to extend a special welcome to anyone joining us online today, because we really value our online community. You are beautiful and thriving, and we are so joyful that you are here with us today. And maybe we can see some of those people online who are with us today, Callie. We invite everyone who is here in the sanctuary to turn to the camera over here where Walayn is. And we are going to welcome our online community, if you will join me. We see you. We see you. We love that you're here. We love that you're here. Oh, good job. And we welcome you. We welcome you. All right, thank you. Welcome. So, prayer. As always, at every service, we offer loving and brilliant prayer chaplains who are here today to meet you after service. While they can't exactly make your dreams come true, that's really up to you, they can help you see the truth of the beauty of your being and affirm all the goodness that you are. Whether you have a challenge or a joy, or just want to connect to your divine nature, I encourage you to reach out to a prayer chaplain. If you're in our physical sanctuary, you can meet them up front after service, and they will be happy to meet with you. And if you're online, please send an email to prayer@unityinlynnwood.org. Include your phone number, that's helpful, and expect a call from an anonymous number in the next hour or so after service. And I would like to invite the prayer chaplains who are in service today to wave or stand so we know who to look for. Thank you. Awesome. Our mission statement. Here at Unity in Lynnwood, we have a very, very simple but powerful mission statement. Practical spirituality, welcoming community. And it's important that even though we say this every week, we never ever take it for granted. I hope that when you walked through those doors this morning or joined us online, oh, I can see all of the great people there now, awesome. Wow, all over the country, that is amazing. I hope that however you've joined us this morning, that you felt embraced and seen. We do have an incredible welcome team, both in church as well as online. So thank you and welcome again. We want you to know that we don't just want to matter to you. We want you to know that you matter to us, and that's why we're here. Every week, we like to support this mission statement with one of the 6 guiding principles that were developed back in 2014 with the Board of Trustees. And this week, we're focusing on number 5, which goes as follows, and I will read it for you. We actively seek and enthusiastically include truths from all great spiritual traditions. What? While we certainly make use of the Judeo-Christian Bible, we will cite great spiritual leaders from many groups, sects, and even popular culture. just witnessed Dr. Richard's series featuring Brene Brown's Daring Greatly, which will continue next week. Our invocation. Please feel free to engage with them however you see fit. Read it softly with me, say it loud and proud, or just let the words wash over you. Though imaged and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to understand that we are spiritual in nature, human in expression, and limitless in potential. We gather today to remember such truths, to celebrate our unity, and to honor all life. That about says it. Okay, you ready for some metaphysics? If you're anything like me, you may find yourself in a social situation, say, like a cocktail party. Wait, if you're anything like me, you rarely, if ever, go to a cocktail party, but just let's say you have a fun life and you find yourself at a soiree such as this, or maybe a water aerobics class, or a Bikers for Breast Cancer event, you know. There you are, drink or helmet in hand, and you blurt out something like, I was volunteering with my church group this past weekend, and we did the most amazing project. Depending on the audience, the mere utterance of the C word, that would be church, could be problematic. In any event, you've set yourself up for the conversation. Oh, your acquaintance might respond, what kind of church is it? And then you might say something like, a unity church. And they say, oh, Unitarian, I've heard of that. And then you have to say, not quite. And it goes downhill from there. And then the conversation could take several turns, but usually ends up with someone asking, is it a Christian church? At which point you look away or up to the sky as if somehow God up there is going to help you. And I usually end up mumbling something like one power from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats, at which point my conversational partner has made their way to the hors d'oeuvres table and left me mumbling to myself about metaphysical interpretation and interfaith inclusivity and welcome. And anyone ever have that happen? Well, so what do we believe in unity? Wait a minute. I am not going to stand up here today and tell you what to believe because, well, that would not be what we do here at Unity in Lynnwood. What I will do is talk about what we teach and how we explain metaphysics and work with metaphysics practically in our daily lives, which, now that I think about it, sounds a little bit like an oxymoron, but I'm going to try. Let's start, as Maria would say, at the very beginning. In our guiding principles here at Unity in Lynnwood, we say we offer a metaphysical teaching which encourages regular spiritual practice, including prayer, meditation, affirmation, denial, I think we still have denials, service, and study. Dr. Richard spent a few Sundays recently delving into a few important biblical stories using his secret and amazing metaphysical decoder ring, bringing them to life with relevancy and freshness and a new and vibrant interpretation. But what exactly do we mean by metaphysical teaching? Okay, bear with me. A brief little bit of history might be in order. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore defines metaphysics as, and it's brief, the systematic study of the science of being. That which transcends the physical. Okay. Paul Hasselbeck, who was a master interpreter of Charles Fillmore, because as you know, sometimes he needs one, he goes on to say, metaphysics is the brand of philosophy that studies the ultimate reality beyond the physical realm and is generally concerned with asking these questions. What is the nature of being? What is the nature of the spiritual universe and the physical universe? How do we know what we know? Well, wait, let's just stop there for a minute and ask, in what other church is the whole point I ask you to even ask these questions? Like, how cool is that? Most other religions are out to convince you to believe their dogmas and convert you to their ideology or shoehorn you into a tight little box where you get to stay. But I don't think Fillmore or Hasselbeck would dispute the authority of none other than, wait for it, ChatGPT. Anybody? Which says, metaphysics is a brand of philosophy that explores fundamental questions about the nature of reality, existence, and the relationship between the physical and non-physical aspects of the world. And they probably wouldn't disagree with none other than Deepak Chopra in his book, You Are the Universe, where he suggests that each of us is a co-creator of a reality that extends into the vastness of time and space. And this is the edge of science versus religion, physics versus metaphysics, that mysterious precipice where logic and reason are unable to answer our biggest questions or solve our most complex mysteries. Okay, there are some definitions. But how do I get my arms around this as a little piece of God's love wandering around the planet in a fleshy suit? How do I embrace all this without my head exploding? Unity does tell us that there is an absolute truth which encompasses the sum total of all divine ideas in their original purity and power. Okay, this sounds simple, but when I try to unpack it, my own head starts to feel just a little pressure. Hasselbeck says that we have the capacity to understand capital T truth. And I quote, engaging in the activity of metaphysical thinking as well as investing time in the, you guessed it, silence. I would argue that the word understand with regard to truth is probably not the right word. I think when we get this close to truth, we experience it not with up here, but within here, in our emotions and our bodies, which is another reason, my favorite hobby horse, to keep your meditation practice regular. Let's talk about divine ideas for a minute. In Fillmore speak, God equals divine mind, which creates divine ideas that then get expressed. Fillmore says that everything in the spiritual and material universe is based on divine ideas in divine mind. Divine mind, divine idea, divine expression. You've probably seen Dr. Richard do that a time or two. In another book, Fillmore says the mind of each individual may be consciously unified with the divine mind through the indwelling Christ. The ideas then take shape through expression. In any event, the metaphysical point here is that we, you and me and Dolly Parton and Mitch McConnell, all play a role in this, whether we like it or not. How effective we are at this depends on many things. Used a la The Secret, yeah, you could manifest a Maserati, to be sure, just as easily as we can manifest global warming or the war in Ukraine and chocolate chip cookies. We make it all happen. Well, duh, you might say. Of course we make it all happen. In the material world, though, let's just take a simple example, say, the chocolate chip cookies. I have the idea, or craving, that a freshly baked, warm, gooey chocolate chip cookie would be the perfect treat for my family. That's a divine idea, don't you think? I manifest this by making sure I have the ingredients and the recipe and the firepower, and voila, magic happens. But this same magic takes place when we form the idea of peace and act kindly toward everyone around us. This idea of love, this divine idea, gathers its potential energy until it kinetically careens around your world when you spread smiles and kind words. It's the same as the cookies, which is why in Unity Metaphysics land, thoughts are paramount. It's just a thought, you say? Those thoughts, those pesky thoughts, each and every one has the potential to become something. That is why we have to pay such close attention to what we are thinking at all times. All that rumination about your son-in-law slighting you at the 4th of July barbecue? Not good. Obsessing about your coworker sucking up to the boss? Yeah, again, not so good, bad idea. Anyone remember when Jimmy Carter admitted in Playboy that he had committed adultery in his heart many times? For those of you who don't know, he was our 39th president. Yeah, okay. The rub is that the subconscious mind can also sync up to divine mind and make a bloody mess of things. If you're wanting to improve your eating habits, for example, to be healthier or lose a few pounds, but your subconscious mind is still telling you that salad isn't food, it's what food eats, then you will subvert any efforts to succeed with your new plan. Yeah, my ex actually used to say that. If you're smiling at your neighbor, but deep down envious of their fragrant and amazing roses, they might sniff that out. As anyone who ever used to watch a daily soap opera can tell you, the truth will always come out, no matter how hard you try to stop it. Let's take a short journey into something that might boggle the mind for a minute. And this is from You Are the Universe. The perfect match between human beings and the universe is about a meeting of the minds. The human mind matches the cosmic mind. In some mysterious way that science hasn't explained, we find ourselves living in a conscious universe. Or to be truly mind-bending, we live in an unbounded state of consciousness that we call the universe. Fillmore, Chopra might agree with me when I say, I'll quote myself here, yes, there is consciousness everywhere in the universe, and no, it is not out there. Because in here and out there are no longer relevant concepts. And this circles back to the notion that yes, indeed, every thought is sacred, and that's why paying attention is so darn important. Dr. Richards spent some weeks guiding us through biblical stories and looking at them metaphysically. And it goes without saying, but I'm saying it anyway, that we don't see these stories as factual. While some of them may have actually occurred, whether they did or didn't is immaterial to the exploration and evolution of our spiritual selves. As you have heard, Unity interpretation of these stories goes way beyond the symbolic meaning of the stories and asks us to dig deep into our psyches to unearth what the meanings are for us. Even if you memorized Charles Fillmore's Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, and I really don't recommend this, but you would still want to, as the preface of the book suggests, go within and get inspiration direct from the indwelling Lord or Spirit of truth. In other words, you are your best guide to your truth. All right. We left you at that cocktail party, right? Let's get back there. Having just told your new friend that you spent a day painting the house of a deserving elder resident of your community with your church buddies, like that would ever happen, what are you going to say when they ask you, what kind of church is Unity in Lynnwood anyway? Well, you could say something like, we are a spiritual community that respects and welcomes everyone, regardless of their age, race, gender, orientation, or even their religion. What? Your friend might say, don't you care what they believe? Well, you might say, we teach the oneness of life and that we are responsible for our future. Yeah, but what about Jesus, they might say. That's a tough one. Some of our members, you could say, have more traditional beliefs about Jesus, but for us, he was a teacher of great truths. We attempt to live as Jesus taught, being our Christ-like selves as best we can. You can probably safely say that we don't think he died for your sins, however, but you then might want to watch out for lightning. Yeah. Well, anyway, we can gather in places on Sundays like this with other people who want to join us in celebrating their unity. And we can study, we can meditate, we can pray, we can perform acts of service. But when you are in your room alone, what matters most is how your heart feels. It's that inexplicable and magical sense that you get when you feel that you are one with the one. Hey, I love me some science, and I am so grateful for it. And yet, when we're faced with the biggest challenges and joys in life, it's our very personal God who shows up. No words can tell you what that feels like. No book can give you the recipe for that true knowing. No neuroscientist, I'm afraid, can tell you, well, yet anyway, what's going on in your body when you have those flashes of insight or truth. Even the words I use to describe them pale in comparison to the actual experience. It's a case of WYKYK. No, that's not a radio station, that's when you know, you know. In the words of Earl Nightingale, your world is a living expression of how you are using and have used your mind. Let's take a few minutes to relax and let some of this sink in. Please settle in wherever you are. Get as comfortable as you can. Wiggle your toes, scratch any leftover itches. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. Begin just by noticing your breath, paying attention to how the air feels as it enters and leaves your body. On your next breath, pay attention to the center of your chest and see if you can feel the warmth around your heart. As you continue to breathe naturally, visualize the breath flowing in and out of your heart center. Imagine that with each inhalation, you draw in love and positive energy, and with each exhalation, you release any negativity, tension, or fear. Let that heart area experience all the love around you and notice how that feels. If it helps, think of someone or something you are truly grateful for. A loved one, a memory, a place, or even an animal that creates joy in your heart. Allow this experience of love to fill up your entire being. As you do this, send that love and compassion to yourself. Say these words to yourself. I love myself unconditionally, just the way I am. Now take this feeling of self-love and extend it beyond your body, sending waves of love and compassion filling this room, our community, and the entire world. As you do this, imagine a deep sense of peace enveloping your heart and extending throughout and beyond your body. Say these words to yourself. I am love. I am peace. Hold those thoughts for a few moments and keep those feelings of love and compassion with you as you open your eyes and continue with your day. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. They beat me to it. Aren't we lucky to have people that wear multiple hats around here and can step up at a moment's notice? Indeed, we are. We are. This is the moment of pause in our service for our weekly ritual of financial giving, keeping unity vital. In keeping with the universal spiritual laws of giving and receiving, we provide regular opportunities for practice. Today, in honoring the profound ability of our Native people to demonstrate their reverence for our world, let's feast our eyes on the beauty of nature outside these windows as we prepare our gifts and fuse them with the power of love this site might generate in you. I feel so grateful, and I know many of you share that we sit where we do and see what we see and are surrounded by this beauty. I'm drawing from a well-known Native woman, Robin Kimmerer, author of Braiding Sweetgrass, who is a botanist and citizen of the Potawatomi Nation. She suggests that only when we can hear the languages of other beings, and certainly our Native brothers and sisters know trees are beings, only when we can hear the languages of other beings are we capable of understanding the generosity of the earth and truly learning to give our own gifts in return. For anyone wanting to give electronically this morning, options will appear on your screen. For those choosing to give a physical gift, the ushers will gratefully pass the baskets. If you would like information about Unity in Lynnwood's programs of regular giving, planned giving, or legacy giving, please take a Giver's Circle brochure. You'll find one at the Welcome and Information Station, or write Dr. Richard directly. For those already participating, we extend a special thanks. And please join me now in our giving affirmation. It will appear on the screen. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
Always, any gifts given to Unity in Lynnwood are gratefully received. Do we happen to have any newcomers with us this morning? We ask if we do, just for a simple raise of a hand so we can Well, Danielle is new every day, right? Welcome, Danielle. Oh, we love her enthusiasm on every day. We're so glad you're here. I won't go through, but some of you may not have been here a long time. I want to make sure, if you haven't noticed, the informational packets at the back of the chair in front of you, they're sitting there. And if you might have had an address change, don't hesitate to update your information with us so that we can stay connected. That's important to us. I think I'll roll on into invitations. Please register for all events by visiting the calendar page at Unity in Lynnwood at www.unityinlynnwood.org. If you have a compliment or a comment, please write "We Listen" at unityinlynnwood.org. We are here for you. Please consider the offerings of Unity in Lynnwood Small Group Ministry as they appear on your screen now. You are invited to join Unity in Lynnwood's Board of Trustees for the annual business meeting happening on October 15th, that's next Sunday. As set forth in ministry bylaws, we do this every October. Celebrate accomplishments, elect trustees, enjoy updates, and stay for conversations during our town hall conclusion. Please be reminded that full financial reporting is offered in January in alignment with Unity in Lynnwood's fiscal year. And finally, please welcome two gala committee leaders to the platform, Karen Galbraith and Tammy Johnson.
Well, good morning. Good morning. So I'm Karen, if you don't know me already, and I've been coming here to Unity for just a little bit more than a year. And I love you all. And one of the things that I love about this church is everybody, we're such a social group of people, right? I mean, we love to talk, we like to exchange ideas, we like to eat together, we like to laugh together, we like to play together. And so have I got a deal for you?
That's right. And I'm Tammy Johnson. And I want to let you know that the Lucky 13 Fall Fundraising Gala is this Friday, October 13th. This will be the best party. There'll be food, more food, desserts, wine, sparkling cider, coffee, tea, conversations, fun, excitement, and dancing. Yeah. So starting at 5 p.m., guests will enjoy a social hour and a catered Italian dinner, followed by an evening of blackjack, roulette, craps, and cards, with a photo booth and dancing to the music of a professional DJ.
Now, the professionals that are coming promise to help anybody that's new, so that if you don't know how to play craps, and that would be me, and you want to learn, they'll teach you. There's also going to be an introductory email sent to every participant, or maybe a series of emails, to explain how to use each game. So, you don't have to worry, you've got help. Know that no actual money is used here. You'll be given some play gambling money in your little packet when you register, so you'll have plenty of fun to be had. I guess, let me try to say that again. No, I won't. Now, the most important thing is there's going to be prizes. So prizes include a $100 ticket to the Museum of Pop Culture, a gift certificate to D&D Meets, and I know D&D Meets, this is really the best prize. I just pretend I didn't say that. A 1-year membership to the Shack Art Center, and even an RCI. And if you're as puzzled as me, that means timeshare, that's valued at approximately $1,000. So we've got some really cool prizes. Thank you so much.
Ticket packages start at $50 and reach to $500, with all proceeds benefiting the building fund here at Unity in Lynnwood. Opportunities to make special gifts will be offered throughout the evening. And finally, if you can't attend, but still a desire to make a gift toward the major renovation of UIL's HVAC system, you may donate online or call the office for text to give details. Registration will close this week, because it's Friday, right? We look forward to having a great time with you all, so come join us.
And in the spirit of the theme of the evening, just remember, what happens at UIL stays at UIL. We're just that kind of community. Thank you, Karen and Tammy. That was awesome. I'm really looking forward to Friday night. It is going to be a blast, even though I don't do much gambling, but, you know, we'll go with the flow. Thank you all for joining us today, and let's take a minute to close with the same discipline with which we began, that lovely prayer that Linda led us in. I encourage you to find a quiet spot now, later today, and take a moment just to relax and let go of the day's busyness. Focus on your heart and let it speak God's words to you. Let them speak of your love, your kindness, your inherent goodness and beauty. Recognize and appreciate all of the divinity that you bring to this world, to this life, and to this community. And now, we will end, as we always do, with sung words of blessing and sung words of farewell.
May the peace of God surround you as you go along your way. May the joy of life flow through you as you work and as you play. And may the light of who you are shine through in all you do. And may the love we shared today belong with you. And may the love we shared today belong with you.